Hey everybody, welcome back to Satisfactory on this lovely, cold, frigid, what the heck's going on Saturday morning. Yeah, we're back in Satisfactory, standing on top of the water tower here. I gotta stop hitting that button. Looking down on, where is it? There we go. Looking down on our new creation from last week, where we made the self-contained Tier 3 Blueprint 6x6 nuclear fuel rod plant. And today's plan is to get these guys, some of these guys installed, get them all wired up, get some more power plants in there, and finally finish off the last two items we need for our space elevator. And I'm kind of feeling a bit of the pressure now because Coffee Stain is apparently back from their holidays. They were off for 7 weeks over the winter holidays. And they are announcing that 1.2 is coming very, very soon. Or maybe not so soon. They don't know. We don't have a release date yet. But apparently it's going to be another big one. Ones that are going to change the gameplay. I don't know what that means. They really didn't say, but there's some sort of gameplay change afoot when it comes to this game. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to try to get as cleaned up as possible. Maybe not polished up, you know, like filling in all the final walls and stuff like that, but I'd like to get the last of the assets going up into the space elevator, unlock the final phase 5, get all that done. Cool, I can see one of my factories over there. Which one? Oh, I've never noticed that before. I just love looking in a direction and seeing one of my factories. That's nice. So yeah, just in case things get a little weird, and then try to figure out what I'm gonna do from there, which, you know, if you guys have any suggestions, I would love to hear it. Otherwise, what I am thinking once I finish off is doing something. I'll let you know what that is. All right, so let's stop wasting time. We are seeming to be under a bit of a clock here, so I want to get to work right away. So first thing is let's figure out where we're going to put it. And I think we'll just drop it right in there. I don't need any of the too much of the supporting buildings. So let me just get some power poles being transported down here. So we're going to put a light pole there. We'll go... ouch. We'll put another one right here. And you can see why I wanted to get some light poles in here, or power poles, because I keep falling down. And let's get you plugged in. You know what? That's a point. I really could just go, like, keep it looking a little bit nice and cleaner. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I have absolutely no rhyme or reason. There's complete and utter non-standardization. It looks good. Sometimes I do a thing, sometimes I don't. How you guys doing this morning? How's things with you? I hope you guys are staying warm. Yeah, we're all in northern hemisphere of the North America. We all seem to be getting hammered by some Arctic winds. Cold, bitter January. West Coast, we escaped a lot of it for a while. Just because the Pacific Ocean, I guess, pushing it away from us. But yeah, it's arrived, and yeah, we are getting cold again. So I hope you guys are staying warm out there. I'm getting irradiated. Got yourself some nice warm beverage of your favorite type, and got yourself a warm blankie, and are just snuggled in and keeping yourself safe, because that would be awesome. Everything is awesome. All right, so I'm just going to start off right here. Let's get ourselves a little bit of a platforming in, make sure that everything lines up. I like a little bit of chaos in when I do my layouts, just because it makes it feel a little bit more organic. But you can't go too wild. It does have to make some sort of logical sense. All right, so I got lots of space here. I think we can probably put 4 between these two between these two spots. Ooh, run out of concrete. Yeah, that's fine. Are we ready yet? Yeah, okay, so there we go. Let's get that one in. Waiting for more concrete. All right, so what I'm thinking here is we can just kind of start thinking about the layout while my concrete builds up. So if we go into our building here, no, it's in our construction lines is where we put it. There we go. Uranium fuel rod Mark III. So this will be the building that we are working with today. Now let's take it off of that, and yeah, I should be able to get two. Well, maybe only one in this corner. And in this corner here. That's a bit unfortunate. I could extend everything a little bit. Yeah, I'm going 6x6 on a 5x5, and it just don't quite work. And I just can't lie. But I can do here. Okay, so we can get 4 more in here. Just waiting for... Okay, you know what? We have teleportation. I'm going to take a quick run back to the headquarters and grab some concrete. I could grab some concrete out of the line here, wherever the hell it's hiding. But you know what? We have teleportation! So we teleportation ourselves back to our home base and use the weird ass... Oh my god, I'm actually using something for my inventory system. I think the only thing I actually grab ever out of here anymore is concrete occasionally. Yeah, the warehouse that just doesn't need to exist anymore. So let's just grab a whole bunch of concrete. At the same time now, I'm going to go deposit some stuff back into inventory. Like that. Don't need. What else do I not need in here? There's so much just random trash. It's really remarkable. All these higher level stuff that I just pick up, don't worry about, just leave in my inventory and go about my merry little way. Yeah, I do have summer sloops on me, but that's because I may need them, and well, you know what? Let's just throw everything in here. I have teleporters, so if I need to come back, it's not a big deal, and that way I can keep that empty. Diamonds are being uploaded. All right. Have I got anything going on in here? Oh, I do have a scan. You and your frickin' yeah, I hate these things. I really do. I don't care about those. What do we got here? Rigger motor. Nope, that is the worst recipe, I think, in this entire production here. The mere fact that it requires crystal oscillators. Are you kidding me? Well, shoot. Well, really? Do I? Okay, so that's the encased uranium cell. Let's have a look here. Uranium fuel rod. It outputs sulfuric acid. What do you need? Can I take out the wet? This is interesting. There we go. All right, so we're gonna go from sulfur. So it takes out the moisture, but it adds what? Quick wire and silica. It also is only 20 per minute. Do I rescan? I'm gonna rescan. All right, here we go. Let's rescan that one. Still this one again. I now have a turbo fuel. I've never used turbo fuel. Mind you, this one doesn't look too bad. needs 2 of these and 2 radio control units. I don't really need supercomputers. I'm already doing just fine. I don't think I need anything. I mean, it's an easy instant scrap. I'm not doing that enough. No, you know what? It really wants me to have this one. I'm going to just take that one, get it out of the way. Do I have any more hard drives on me? No. Did I use all those hard drives already? Oh, is there any in there? Yeah, no, getting pretty slim pickings for the hard drives. All right, got a load of concrete. The depot should be filled up again. Let's head back to the nuclear power plant and get her all done. All right, we're back. While I'm here, just want to have a quick boo at the wall, make sure our numbers are accurate. We can add one more. Thank you once again for your subscriptions, guys. I really appreciate it. So we can add our 770. And getting closer to our 1,000 goal. And as always, I appreciate your guys' support. All right, now that I have some concrete, not sure why I'm just keeping going up. We can just go across now. I likes to see things from an elevated point of view. All right, so let's grab that and snap you into place. There we go. All right, so we're gonna come along here. I guess we can grab some roadway here or walkway. Back. Oops. All right, I completely ignored that apparently, and is just now seeing, oh look, there's something in the way. But it kind of worked out. It's almost like someone had planned it. No one had planned it. There was no planning whatsoever. There's barely been functionality, let alone planning. Okay, that voice really hurt the old throat. Okay, bye, Mr. Tree. Bye, Mr. Tree. Bye, Mr. Tree. And that should do. We are going to need to get the old electricity flowing this way too. So we'll grab one of those. You are already plugged in there, so we can need to put the next one over here. And no blueprint snap, just regular snap. And we'll put you there, move you forward, and slide you piece away. All right. Plug in. Plug it in, plug it in. All right, let's keep building out the roadways here. And blueprint snap, and we'll lift you up. Move you this way. Like a do. Like a do. Like a so. I'm falling. Falling, falling. There we go. Thank you. And we can put you there. And we'll just fill that in. Fill that in. Suppose I should do something up there, make it look like it belongs. In the meantime, let's grab our tarp construction walls. Let's make sure we got soup on, so we're gonna go out like that. Neat is those blinking light barricades that you see around road construction all the time. You got like the amber light flashing on it. That would be useful here. Just to kind of keep, you know, hey, don't go this way. Let's go. Yeah, that one got kicked weird. And then we can come like that. There we go, like that. And let's just, you know, can't work here. There we go. Future construction zone. Okay. Why am I stalling? I don't know, but I still would like to make sure I have everything in place. Oh, come on. Thank you. And we'll go from there, and oh shoot. I clicked when I shouldn't have clicked. There we go. Can you come down by a little bit more? Yes, you can. Yes, you can. And we'll grab our little end piece here and pop you right in there like that. Okay, there we go. So this is going to be our new building location. I have no lighting on this side. That seems like a real massive oversight. I do have down to here. Of course, I'm starting to run the pipes through here, so we're going to have to change up the neighborhood a little bit. I'm going to grab that. Let's go grab our single light stand. There we go. Make sure we're not snapping on the blueprints anymore, because I want to come in with these guys here. Let's get down to ground level. I'm going to put one there. That's about the halfway mark there. We'll put one there. We'll grab another one there. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. And another one gone. And another one gone. Another one bites the dust. Ain't gonna get you too. Another one bites the dust. Another one rides the bus. See, that's an interesting question. Can you get hit for copyright by singing in Weird Al song? Now, if I do a reasonable job, okay, this is a hypothetical. Just keep that in mind. I'm being hypothetical that I'm can do a reasonable job singing. I could get, the YouTube algorithm could just go, hey, no, don't be doing that. That music don't belong to you. Which, fair enough. However, Weird Al. It's not like Weird Al can, he has a copyright of it. You know what? He has a copyright of his performance. Not on the song itself, but his performance of the song. Yeah, it's that whole parody, fair use. It's an interesting question. All right, so power lines strung. Buildings ready to go in. So let's start. Let's start over here. Yeah, we're going to start in the back lot here. Let's get into our blueprints here. So we're going to go grab our uranium fuel rod Mark III. How many can I actually get in here? I'm going to get 2 in here. That's definite. And which way do we want them to point? Now, the question is where are my... Oh, pardon me. Where are my inputs for everything in relation to the building? That's the thing I want to figure out. So we're going to come in here. All right, so all of my belts are meeting up on this side here. So you can see here we got our 37.5 deuterium, our 54 limestone, our uranium, our iron ore, our copper ore. So if I want things going from this side to this side, the loading dock gate here needs to be on the back side. Okay. Sorry, just temporary scrolling. All right, blueprints. Uranium fuel rod Mark III. Let's turn it off of blueprint snapping, and that is our loading dock here. I'm gonna need lots of elevation. No, I don't. I can just hit H here. Okay, so let's get you spaced out here properly. How many have I got? I've got... Let's do some counting here. You are 6 by 6, which means you're even symmetry. Yuck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You're number 7. So we can put one here. Yeah, we got a little bit of alley space there, so we can go one right there. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to fit more multiples. Many on there. An awkward size. We are 10 across here. Our center line is going to be right there, halfway through that wall, and I think that'll fit like that. Let's try it on the other side. It should. Okay, missing concrete again. And steel beam this time. Well, the steel beams will be in a minute. Okay, so I actually have a little bit of space, which is fine. So I can come out to here. So if I go all the way over to the same side, I have this guy right here. Okay, so I can actually move over a little bit. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do here. So let's grab this guy again. I'll put all the materials back into my inventory. So it buys me a little bit of time, because I can come over by half a foundation. So right there. And are you centered? Now you are. Like that. Hey, excellent. Get me some elevation here, just so I can get your, well, again, it doesn't really matter. We can nudge it. So we're going to go over like that, and that should be not quite. One more. There we go. Nudge needy, nudgety, nudgety, nudge. And there we go. That's 2 more. That represents 4 more power generators, if not a little bit more. A little ADHD moment here. I just want to have a quick boo, see how the plutonium is doing. Because that is the nuclear waste. Why do I not see activity in you two guys? What's going on over here? You don't have any fuel rods. Why do you not have any fuel rods? You have lots of fuel rods. Okay, something. Okay, let's figure out what's going on here. I am running out of power. I got a ton of nuclear fuel rods going here. But they're not moving over here. Why? What is happening to you? Ooh, don't delete the whole building. Yeah, you're producing. Nothing wrong with you. So what is the deal here? I think I just might have been stretched the system out too much. Okay, Weirdly only specifically affects these middle guys. Okay, you know what I'm gonna do here? Bit of an emergency treatment here, so I'm gonna run back to base again, you know, handy dandy teleporter. I mean, it's ironic because I'm gonna go grab those summer sloops. I'm gonna throw Newton into that duction there. Just because I want it. Hello. This way. So I'm gonna grab these guys back. I might as well keep them on me. Let's head back. we go. And let's just, you know, bolster this up a little bit with some sloopies. All right, so it will. Ow! I still love that sound though. All right, was it you? Yeah. So let's. Yeah, it needs 4. I don't like that it needs to have 4 in there. But we can double our, increase our production here. It's killing our power. 55 megawatts compared to, well, actually hasn't kicked in yet because it's still making them. But you know what? That's going to be what it is. All right. Now, what I was looking at was going to be at the nuclear waste, because if I'm throwing in a bunch more power plants, that means the plutonium system is going to get a little bit more challenged. But yeah, it looks like we're perfectly fine. Why are you only going that way? It's just a regular splitter. Huh. That's just weird. Okay, well, you know what? We can do a little bit of rebalancing. You mind you, you're supposed to be balancing there. Let's move the balance from here. Yeah, I mean, it's not like these. So, I mean, that's a cross-balancing system I've got going there, but... this needs to be a merger. And we grab a splitter. Here we go. And probably just get into the right menu here. There we go. And into there. I'm not sure why that did that, and now I've got nuclear fuel rods on my body, and I don't want them there. Alright, I need to get upstairs. I need to get rid of these nuclear fuel rods. And I can do so by tossing them into this building. No, I don't want you guys. You'll make me glow excessively. What's my power going up to? 220. Yep, that's about right. 4 times more power usage. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I don't have to worry about my plutonium yet, because I am keeping up with the waste, the nuclear waste, which is good. But I do now need to get these guys in order. I also need to grab my Luma setting. So we're going to copy that from there, and then we're going to go back into here. We're going to paste that line, which can be found in the description of the video. And you can see again that just really bolsters up the brightness levels inside here. Okay, power. We'll put your head on my shoulder. Do I want a Mark III? No, I don't want a Mark III. Let's just go with a Mark II. We'll put that there. I'll throw a power line into there. And then we'll come out here. Grab a power line. You halfway up the wall? Yeah, you are about halfway up the wall. So you're going to go into there. And that should... Wow. That was a complete and utter miss-up. Jeepers. Creepers, where'd you get them peepers? Jeepers, creepers, where'd you get them eyes? Where the hell are you supposed to be? Right there? Yeah, okay, that's right. All right, that somehow makes sense. Okay, where can I connect you on this side? Suppose I can go all the way down here with you. Sure. There we go. Transfer power. And then going through here. You need to get it inside the building. And it should have this on the blueprint, but you know what? That's fine. It's perfectly fine right where it is. There we go. Okay. Now I can go from here over to here, and both of you guys should now be powered. Yep, everyone's got power. Okay, that takes care of that. Now we need to start moving in the stuff. So first thing we got here is we're gonna need some copper ore. So where are we getting our copper ore from? Very likely we are getting it from... Where are we? Okay, so that's right there. Okay, so that's my copper ore. Oh, that's nice and close. I just need to do a little split line here. Let's just double check, see what you're doing over here. And what's your maximum? So you're a Mark III and you're fully kitted out. You're doing 600. And I have a little bit of overhead here. I'm pretty sure I can steal 40 from you. You know, I remember when this used to be a big, long bridge going to this, you know, mysterious... Yeah. All right, so you're coming down into here. This is the iron drills, and then from here, you're probably disappearing up in through here. And then you're going into some sort of copper production, which I believe is you right here, correct? That is very copper-like. Okay, so that's where my copper's coming in. Yeah, I know, I could just take the stairs right there, but come on, I've got an elevator. Why would I take the stairs when I haven't? They really got to line these floors up. All right, let's go down by one. Whee! Okay, copper. Let's put copper right there, so we can just take it right along this wall here. If you weren't doing that in kind of a weird place, but oh well, it's fine. We'll grab a splitter, put that right there. And let's use our straight functionality, and there we go. Oh, ran out of room. Okay, let's see where we're gonna come down. So I'm gonna go grab my two. Look at that, I'm already here. All right, so copper. Do we need to keep it down there? Or do I want to move it to here? The copper is going into exactly one building. Yeah, because I'm just making the copper ingots here. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to take that belt out. I'm going to put a floral hole in here. I know I just made the blueprint with that belt there for, you know, like literally last week, but the whole point is to have a certain amount of adaptability. And I'm just taking 40 copper out of the system here, so that should be fine. I'm going to do the same thing on this side. number twosies. We're gonna go here, gonna go here. Again, I'm just gonna take out all of this stuff here, because I just need the copper right here, and that just happens to be the way I worked it this time. Okay, so the installation, there we go. We can downgrade that or set that as a Mark III. Let's pop over to this other one here, which is right here, and set that to a Mark III. Okay, of course I've got a wall right there in my face. Let's get rid of a tree. Mr. Trees. Bye, Mr. Trees. Maybe I should use the cluster. Am I out of... Can I have my clusters now, please? Oh, am I out of... Fine, we'll throw snowballs in. The violence of the snowball. I have iron there. Okay. Oh, seriously, dude? What are you doing up on my rails? Go away! Shoo! Thank you. Thank you very much. Alrighty. Now, let's get back underneath here. We have our location for our copper. I'll keep it tucked up. Lost track of where they were for a minute. They're right there. Okay. Mark III. You go up. And you go up. Let's grab the wall here, and I might as well, while I'm at it, can you snap into place, please? Thank you. Are you correctly placed? Yes, you are. And you as well. You are correctly placed. Yes, you are. Just gonna fix up this here a little bit. Just so, again, I have a little bit of access to the lower level. Easier access, anyway. And a half foundation, I guess we'll fill in this part. Like so. And then we need some nut pulp to floor. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. Going, what's going on? Why am I looking at that menu? Because I'm hitting the wrong button. Because, you know, stupid. It also means I've now turned off soup. There we go. Okay, figured out what I was doing. I was being a dumbass. Okay, so that means I put you directly in the path of my belt, because reasons. So let's try to put you in again. This time make sure you're not going to interfere with the belt, which is any way that way. And now we can go grab our copper. I mean, this little post is in the way. Oh my goodness. What am I doing to myself? Okay, so right here, I need a splitter. One right there. Let's grab a Mark III belt and we can plug you in like so. And then you're going to happily feed copper into the system. All right. This post is absolutely 100% in the way, but that's okay. I'm just going to go around it. 1, 2, 3. Into there. I'm actually going to come back this way just so I get this. Nope, that is awful. There we go. And you can go into there. All right, that takes care of the copper. Wait, why? Like, why? Huh? Why? Why are you wandering around my base? Huh? Why are you just wandering here? Why are you being a nuisance? No, don't go into, don't, you little. Okay, so that is the copper. So if I tuck into here, you can hear it running along, making its copper ingots. Okay, next is the iron ore. So the iron ore is going down into here, goes into there, and then gets split into two machines here. The iron ore is in fact coming from the same space or routing as the copper, so it makes a little bit of sense that I put you here as well. Okay, so I'll grab that there. I guess I can finish actually removing the rest of the iron line. I'm going to leave the signs up there just as a reminder of what is supposed to be going into there, and we can get rid of this fancy squeezy guy. And yeah, I know I'm modifying the blueprint here. I could have just done on the blueprint to go through the floor, but it's only in this particular location at this time that it makes more sense for me to put down there. There may be other locations or times when I use this blueprint where it makes more sense just to load the one wall. I could do that now and it would still make sense, but you know what? I'm going underneath the service floor and just to kind of keep my life. I don't know if this is the right call on these two, at least maybe it is. We'll just have to see where we end up. All right, 1, 2, 3. So we're gonna put you right into there. Okay, let's go get our iron ore. And that's coming from the same little offshoot here. And fortunately, nope, that's limestone. I'm gonna need you too. So the iron is kind of tucked in behind here, and then it redirects. The best way to get my iron. Is the copper's going that way? I think the problem here is I'm bringing the, because the iron's down there. I could get across the top if my limestone wasn't in the way. Where do I want to do this? I think I'm going to do is I'll put my splitter in right here. like that. Then we'll come around. Let's do here. I could just drop down like that. Oh, that's the same height as whatever that is. That's the limestone, which I'm gonna need as well. What would happen if I just come down to here? And go through like that? No, that's not going to work for me. Nope, that's not right. I don't like that. Bring me down a little bit and forward. How's that? Is that okay? Not really. Let's go back by one and let's... Well, gee whiskers, how can I get this to work? I think I'm gonna have to do that. Come around the corner here. Grab a belt to there. Is that... No, it's not quite close enough. I need you to be a little bit closer. It needs to override the belt's natural fall. And I also need to make sure I'm going in the right direction here. There we go. It's temporarily. Yeah, fine. I'll make it down to the Mark III while I'm remembering. And then we can grab that. Why will you not snap? Oh, because I do not have you lined up quite correctly. Okay. Can I get this splitter here now to snap? Now I can get the splitter to snap. Okay, good. So now I should be able to... Yep, there we go. Okay, iron. Ready for delivery. We'll come out a little bit. And up to there. It's sneaking underneath. Yep. And I'm just gonna run, yeah, that way I can run a limestone down this way. Okay, good. Okay, off we go. Should probably keep all the belts the same here. I mean, I'm using Mark IIIs just because I don't need to feed a crap ton of material down the line. Just enough material down the line. Whee! And back down we go. And pretty much the same distance. And to there. And we'll blow past to there. Yep, that staircase is definitely in the wrong place, but that is fine for now. All right, we need a lift. Right there. It's not on the floor. It's raised up from the floor just a little bit, so that should be the correct height. And if I grab you, can I get you to snap? No, of course. Why would I be able to get you to snap? Because you're just too far away. Let's say somewhere right about there. Ugh, you are just a awkward as anything height there, aren't you? But you're enough that I can get this splitter to snap into the right alignment so I can have a nice clean line here. Let's grab our Mark III and into there you go. Hello. You were on the belt, right? Try that again. Okay, there you go. That's better. All right, let's do the same thing over here. Let's get our conveyor lift in place. That is so wrong on every level. What was I thinking? There we go. And then I'm just going to have to redo this build anyway, so I'm just going to grab whatever is convenient because we're going to go to there, go to there. I should be able to now float you and get you to snap into... No, come on. No, you bastard. Can I please get you to come online? Oh, you know what? Doesn't really matter. There. Close enough. Just realized it can be close enough. And... wow. That makes my heart hurt. I really would like you to be lined up properly. It would make my life happier. Oh, wait, I know what I can do. So I'm trying to figure out just how I'm going to get this thing to sit with the right height. I can do that. I'll just do that. And then I can grab my Mark III belt, which I'm probably going to... How? How did I get this wrong? Do I have any idea what I'm doing in this bloody game anymore? No, that's because you're supposed to be along the center line. You dumb. Alright, okay, there we go. Yeah, fine, have your little extra roof on the top there. Let's get to our Mark III. Plug you in. Yay. Slide you along until you find your happy place, which is right about there. Get rid of the supports, and then I can plug your ass in. Get rid of these two. Or at least that one. There we go. Okay, so that is the iron now transporting into the new nuke plants. Let's figure out where we're going to bring in our limestone, because I believe that is next. Or it's certainly in the list. That's uranium, deuterium, limestone. Now... need my inputs for water and sulfur. I also need water and sulfur. Okay. How much water were you wanting? 50 water per minute. Well, I got lots of pipes coming over the hills now, so that's fine. Yeah, I think I want to just deal with the limestone right now. So the limestone is also coming in from the same location. I don't know if there's a easy way for me to clean it up. Or do I just drop down in through here? In fact, I'm going to come back a little bit. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do here. Is I have that space right there. I'm going to use that space instead. And again, whenever I build these blueprints here, I am fully aware that at some point in time, I'm probably gonna take parts of it out, put parts of it in, just because I'm always trying to maintain a little bit of flexibility. That would be my autosave. Thank you, SSD, for making it not painful. There we go. That can go back up there. Yeah, that's always with the idea that I'm going to make adaptations as I put them in place, because not every location is going to have the same kind of setup here. Okay, so that's going to be limestone on that one. Let's run over to the other one here. No, I don't think I have any extra water I can use here. Well, you're not flowing really super fast. I could bring it out of the water tower, but I have these. You can see here, I made myself a new pipeline feeding up to a puddle that way. I also thought I saw water nearby. I did not. Yes, I did, right there. There's some water there. I don't think it's deep enough. But really, this is... I don't usually get this far. Huh. Well, I mean, I get this... Never mind. I don't usually stretch my factories, you know, to the arch there. Oh, I can remember when I first started how all this space here looks so gigantic when I first started playing it, and now it feels so small. All right. Looks like all the nuclear plants are up and running. Where was I going? I distracted myself with water for some reason. I'm not doing water, I'm doing limestone, which means I was going into this building here to get my damn limestone working. All right. Now that I remember what the hell I was doing, let's get the lift in place. There we go. And reverse your direction, thank you. Oh, you're not gonna be all nice and snappy into place. And where did you go? You went right in there. Okay, now we can go grab our limestone. That one should be relatively similar to the others. Low roof. Because I have limestone right here. Now the only thing is that I could, if I put my splitter in right there, you know, it's messy. It's tight. It looks like it's clipping. I don't mind clipping under certain circumstances, but for the most part, I do try to avoid the excessive clipping, which means I'm going to bring the splitter out to here. And then I'm going to head for the wall here, and we'll use the straight build. In fact, what I'm going to do here is let's put you... Get the height right. There we go. I don't like what it's doing right now, but I kind of need it there for a moment. Because that way I can come down to here. You do not want to snap on that light. Now that's fine, because I can do that, and then just nudge you there. Okay, so now I have a belt that's going to hold my direction of the material flow. So now I can take my straight and get a much cleaner, tighter exchange, just like that. All right. Down we go. With the Caterium and everything else, I'm probably going to bring up through the regular, like through where they're supposed to be, because they're all kind of in different locales. All right, right there. Okay, this is mildly awkward. Where do I need you to be? I need you to be back here. Oh, okay. Okay. How do I get you through? I change you to curve. Ooh, that's nice. I go to there. And then we just find you until you can go back. Yeah, see? We got a little wraparound. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Alright, that's where your lift's going up. And we can now bring you all the way. Oop, let's go back to straight. We're gonna need to do that same again. Sure, I'll go to the halfway through the window, and I don't need to do it here, but I'm gonna do it here. Again, make sure we're on curve. This way, one more. I need to get through. There we go. And to the halfway point on the window. And there we go. And that's ready for the next series of machines. Okay, now we need to hook up some lines. Now these are actually at the correct height? Are they? No? What freaking height are you supposed to... Okay, you're coming through right along here. Right along that line, right along that line, right to there. At that height. Yep, okay. Which would be that height. And we'll grab the Mark III. And you need to go up. All right, that's your elevation, mister. And then I need my splitter right here. Should be able to get you to... No, come on. Well, you're not snapping, but at least I'm getting the indicator. Like I saw. And... limestone! Oh. That's not a nice thing to call them. And Mark III lift once again. And whoop. Whoop. And grab again a Mark III. And we know this one should be pretty straightforward. And up by one. There's the limestone. I should be able to get my indicator. And even a little bit of snappage. Nope, not a snappage in sight. But at least I get my alignment. Okay, so that is now concrete. That is, or sorry, limestone, copper, and iron. Deuterium! Where is the deuterium coming in from? There's the deuterium. You are deuterium, right? Yeah, where are you coming from? Oh, down here. Alright, so deuterium is coming up from here. What is down here? I don't remember. I honestly have no idea. Oh, that's right. We're getting these in via tractor. Okay, good. I seem to be using an awful lot of deuterium. Yeah, 358 out of 600, so that's fine. What are you hauling? I don't want to drive you. I just want to see what you're holding. You're holding coal, which I will need. Okay, so Caterium and coal is going to be down here. Like, someone else built this stuff entirely. How do I want to do that? Now, I could either split off from here. I'm kind of in the thick of everything right here, so let's just see if we follow the line. Where does my Caterium go? It goes all the way through here before finally disappearing here. I need to get it over there. And it's easy enough to put a splitter on the wall on the ceiling right here, which I'm going to do right now. So we'll put the splitter in right there. Let's change out or reconnect the belts. Like that. What the hell did you just do? That was weird. What is underneath here? Choo-choos. Water. Which has got barely any movement here. I mean, most of the water is being used on the new... Oh, that's right. I'm going to need a lot of water over there. It's two of these pipelines need to go there. Huh. Well, you know what? I'm not going to freak myself out just yet. That's a problem for the future. Where did I come through the floor? There we are. I still want to get my Caterium over to the other side. And I think... Well, let's pop through the floor, find out where we actually have to get to. And I am intentionally ignoring the uranium for now. That's going to be the last thing I connect is my uranium. Just because, you know... radiation. All right, so the Caterium is going to come up through here. Let's make sure we grab the right thing. We're going to put a Caterium connection there. Might as well hook up the lift while we're at it. The rainbow connection. There we go. Oh, one of the things that they are also, besides the, speaking of version 1.2, for those of you who care, just because when I looked outside, look, sunny day, is that in the 1.2, not only apparently are we getting game change or gameplay changes, including somehow it's being rumored, hinted, possibilized as random nodes as one of the big changes to the game and the gameplay. I hope that's an optional thing, because if they suddenly randomized all my nodes, well, I'm literally right at the end, I'll be upset. It is going to experimental branch first, so I'm not going to have to be too worried that it's going to suddenly break, because it's usually on experimental for at least a month before it goes into full release. And, you know, we're on the full release branch now, not on the experimental branch. What the hell was I saying? What was I gonna... Wait, I completely forgot what the thing was that I was gonna... There was a new thing. Oh, the weather. They're bringing the rain back. Gee. Again, yeah, they're bringing rains back. We haven't had rain since, forever. I think we lost the rain in, like, version 0.6. Yeah, it's been a while since we've had the weather. So that'll be nice. Okay, I'm going to take a quick bio break here. speaking of weather, and I'll be right back, and we'll finish off with getting our new nuclear plants installed. Be right back. All right, I'm back. Thank you for your patience. What was I doing? I was moving Caterium. All right. Oh yeah. I put walls in. Okay, the Caterium. I need to get down in a level. And squeeze. All right, Caterium. You are not that far off. I am gonna need coal. Oh, stop thinking about what you're gonna need. Think about what you need now. Okay. Yeah, you're doing okay. How are we doing on our fuel rods now? All right, yeah, looks like we're back up into production, so putting in those summer sloops most definitely helped with that. What is supposed to be flowing on you? You are EMs. Wow, 2 per minute. Caterium, where was the Caterium? It was underneath me somewhere. Oh, that's the Caterium ingots.
I just had it! It was just here, not too long ago, and now I don't know where. Aha! I think I found it. No. No, I found its product, but I found them! I found them!
All right, so we have a splitter here. Yeah, there's the hole in the floor. I think I am just gonna... No, because there's a big-ass water pipe in the way. That was what started the whole damn discussion in the first place. However... No, still in the way. What is the best way for me to do this? Kind of like the activity down here. Oh, well, there's my sulfur that I'm going to need. Okay, well, if my sulfur's right there... I think what I'm going to need to do here is disguise a lot of shit. I don't want to just... I mean, I've got a bunch of exposed belts over there. It's not the moving, it's the... Honestly, it literally is the aesthetic. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so let me think about this. What is directly... No, we're right on the ground, aren't we? Yeah, so I can't do it that way. My sulfurs also can be exited through here. So if I come out through there, come over to here. And what I'm thinking here is I'm just going to kind of disguise it. In a way. Yeah, maybe what we'll do is we'll do this. The water pipes are kind of getting in the way. But what if I do this with my water pipes? And let's look at what we got for options. Okay. So if I come to here, like that, and then I can just do a quick drop down. Like that. Kind of scooch underneath. Have to move that so it doesn't snap on me. Yeah, okay. I'm not hating it. I mean, I'm certainly not loving it, but not hating it. So then we can go there. Maybe come over by one? No, we're gonna have to go there. And then we can use the straight like that. There we go. Okay, so now I have a place to run everything else down. Let's make it look a little prettier with the fancy steel doors or windows. Copy down like that. Grab our foundations out. Like that. Yeah, okay. And then we can scooch all the way down again. We'll grab our foundation. Just need a 1x1 pleases and thank yous, which you can go right there. I'm still not clipping that, and that should allow me to get both the sulfur and the deuterium where I need them to be, and the coal. So I need the sulfur, the deuterium, and the coal. I need coal in there, right? Yes. Because I am making some, let me just double check. Oh, I can check right here. I think I wrote it all down, right? Nope, I do not have my description there. Where is my description? Back into the build menu. Okay, so we need 20 copper ore. Yep, gotta wait for it. Come on. Alright, so 20 copper ore, 37.5 deuterium, iron ore, water, sulfur, limestone, uranium. Do I not need any coal? I thought I needed to make some. What am I missing in my description? Oh, pop into this modeler that I'm using. Oh, wait a minute. No, I don't need coal. I actually don't need coal because I'm using an alternate recipe for the pipe. I'm using the iron steel pipe. So I need copper, deuterium, iron, water, sulfur, limestone. So we've got the limestone. I'm just going to move these guys to the side. I've got them working on that now. I got the copper, so we'll move that over there. We've got that, so we'll move over there. So I'm working on the deuterium and the sulfur. So I only need to bring those two over. Wow, actually doing pretty good. Okay, cool. That is, I just about closed it. That actually is nice. That makes life. I'm sorry. I love that sound. I just love that sound. It's so damn funny. Bonk. All right. Okay, good. So I remember that I found that last week now that, yeah, I have that alternate recipe where I don't need coal. I just need to find out where I'm going back downstairs. There we are. Okay, so that means my deuterium is coming out right here. So let's get that into place. Quickly remove these just temporarily so I can see where I need to line up. So I need to line up right there. Yep. You are where in relation? You're right down the center quarter bit piece. We need you to kind of get all the way out of the way. So you, oh wait, yeah, they could both exit at the same time. That's the only one problem, is they're both kind of gonna need to step on each other just a tiniest little bit when they get to the other end. But you know what? That's a problem for other end Roland. Right now, this end Roland just wants to get his deuterium and sulfur flowing. All right. Let's take an elevator down. Why am I taking the elevator? Because I can, and it's fun. And what is going on? Oh, I'm at the water tanks. Okay, Okay, where did I put my little causeway? Causeway, Mr. Causeway, where did you go? You are right there. Right where I wanted to be. Let's close all of you off. Like that. Run all of this stuff down to the end. Okay, there we go. Hey, little quartz. I don't know what I'm using you for. Alright, Mr. Sulfur. We are going to put a lift right here. With your nose going that way. Up to there. I think I made that too tight, didn't I? Yep, 100% too tight. Okay, that's fine, that's fine, that's fine. Here, and this time, let's just do this to make sure. Switch back to default. And then I can... Yep, it's just the way it's gonna be. It's not quite as clean and tidy as I'd like it, but oh well, we can't have everything. Can't always get what you want, but if you try sometime, you might find you get what you need. And then I want to go through here and into there. Okay. Oh, I know what I'm going to do here. Let's make this a little bit neater and tidier. By going with one of these instead. But not one of those, one of these. Pardon me, had a little tickle in the old throat. Like that. And then I can grab one of these. Like that. I think it just looks keeps the end looking just a tiniest little bit nicer and cleaner. Likewise, while I'm here and doing things cleaner and prettier, what we could also do is grab one of the little fellas like that. Okay, two of the little fellas like that. We go back to this menu where we have our inverted ramp, which we set up as a 1, and there we go. Yeah, that's much nicer, neater, and tidier. And then I can just walk in through here, hit the round button, and put that back into place. And there we go. All right. Deuterium go that away. I know I'm using a Mark V built when I've been using Mark IIIs, but it is what it is. What is the height? That is the height. So we'll come out to there. Grab Mr. Sulfur. And we'll come out to there. Nope. Probably should have checked that before. Can I? There we go. Just because I want to keep you guys Kind of neat and tidy here. There we go. All right, and down to the end. We'll go down a whole bunch, and then we got to figure out where we're going back upward. Can I have the belt sampling, please? Thank you. And there. All right. Where do you two actually need to go? Close. So Mr. Caterium, you're right here. Mr. Sulfur is literally right beside it. Okay, so they're both going pretty much the same place. Let's change you down to Mark III. Okay, let's go do the other sulfur. Like that, and we'll grab the lift and into there like that. Okay. You know what? I'm gonna go fix that other one. How are you, Mr. Caterium, not lined up properly? Yeah, no, we don't want you like that. We've checked with the committee. You would be much better like that. And then you can pop into place. There we go. Much better. That should be neater and tidier. Okay, so now I have a location that I'm going to. We need to... what? How do I think... Oh, that's unfortunate. There's a light right there. What I'm going to do here is let's just... Boop. Boop. We'll grab our floor holes. So we're going to keep this all the way underneath. Like that. Very much not right. Boop, boop. There we go. And we could take these guys out of here. And you know what? I'm going to use the Mark VI for this one. Yeah, let's use the Mark VI just because they're pretty. So like that. Yeah, okay. And then I can pop. Oh, wait. You need to do the same thing for the second one. So again, we'll pop through the floor. Use these guys as these are just guides. Use these guys as guides. There's a sentence. All right, and here we go. And Mom, he's not playing nice. Mom, he's being a dumbass. There we go. And over. Oop. Okay, now we can replace these with our proper Mark VIs. So again, we'll have the pretty... Which way did I do them? Yeah, arrows facing that way. Arrows facing that way. Okay, excellent. Now we can come back down here. Now, you're gonna have to do something a little bit clever over here. So let me grab the window, because I need the Caterium to now come past the sulfur without them stepping on each other. And I think the easiest way for me to do that is what I'm going to do here. So this is the Caterium one. This is the sulfur one. Where do you guys are lining up? You are lining up right there and there. I'm going to grab our wall. Is that the correct alignment? Yes, it is. Right beside the light. Why does that feel weird? I'm gonna have to do some clever shit here. I have a plan. There is a plan in motion. Why will you not? Okay, that's just weird. Anyway. There we go. So these two guys. Again, I do have a plan. I'm just not going to be very good at articulating it. So, you know, show, don't tell. It's all about the storytelling. Show, don't tell. All right. So what I can do is then I'm going to grab a splitter. That's going to go like that. I'm going to grab a splitter. That's going to go like that. So you can go that way. You can call me Ray. Well, you can call me Jay. Well, you can call me Sonny. So again, that is a very age-specific type gag. Our boomers and our Gen X's will absolutely know who I'm talking about. Some millennials, maybe. But, yeah. Not many of you. Alright, so sulfur is going to go... Which one is sulfur? Sulfur is the one that's going to go back there. And default works. Excellent. And then our other fella, he's going to cross over into there. And into there. Yeah, so they can do a nice little Gideon tie through here. We can clean all of this up and make it look pretty still. And we just need to go to the correct... There we go. So, you one drop. You one drop. You one drop. You one drop. You two drop. Like that. You two drop. And then we go across. And then I take you out and you out because I do need to have the wall extend through like that. The two drop might have been a bit excessive, but fine. It's fine. It's all fine. I don't have my little half wall or 1 meter wall. One thing I'm really hoping is going to actually show up, speaking of, again, 102 or 1.2, is that we finally get better wall choices, or at least more wall choices, like a quarter wall, a half wall, you know, some other options besides just the different skin textures we have now. But really, when it comes to the walls, we have two. We have this 1 meter one and we have the 4 meter one, and that's it. Not a lot of options. Okay, so we are going to do the same thing on this side here. So we are going to, once again, we're going to come down by, I think we're just going to do the single ramp here. Single ramp there. We'll do the single ramp underneath. Like that. Because we can just do a one... How many did I need to drop? Yep, just I need to drop the one. So you, we can use a 2 meter foundation there. And then we grab you. Why did I use the 2 meter again? Didn't mean to. I didn't want to use the 2 meter. Damn it. I did it wrong. I wanted the 1 meter underneath. There we go. I don't need it so damn big. That's better. And then we can go like that. Then we can grab this guy. Actually, we'll need the bottom one here first. Come on. Go into the right place. Thank you. Do the right thing, man. Do the right thing. And off we go. That sucks. Now that Snux is stuck in some certificate.
I think I had a stroke just then.
That song is stuck in my head. You can't always get what you want. Can't always get what you want. If you try sometime, you might find you get what you need. Woo-hoo. As everyone runs off screaming, my ears, my ears, my ears. All right, okay, so there we go. That's going to be the next set of widgets. Splitters. What are you guys lining up? You are lining up a little bit on the weird side, so I'm gonna have just the belts as they come in here do a little bit of a side jig, and we're gonna need one up there and one there. Ow. Okay. It occurs to me, it does. It really does. That I don't need to go back along the wall. I could just keep going like this, can't I? It also occurs to me, I could have done this way down at the other freaking end. But then again... it's kind of weird heights and stuff. What can I do about the Caterium? You know what? I have no qualms sinking you. Apparently I have qualms sinking you. Why do I have qualms sinking you all of a sudden? Since when is that a thing? Hey. Oh my goodness. You're gonna make me do this, aren't you? Fine. We'll do it your way. Just don't think that we're gonna keep it your way. Ha ha ha. I need to get rid of that one as well. As ha. There we go. Yeah. Why? Might as well. I mean, why? Yeah. Sure. Why not? Cool. Okay. Walls. We're gonna go through our wall somewhere right there. We're gonna go through our wall right there. Yep, you're lined up. We'll come out through here. And we'll just punch through like so. And you all should be far enough out that you can make a nice, easy peasy. Hello? Hey, little fellas. What are you, anyway? Impure. Impure. Hey, little fellas. Don't mind me. And I won't mind you. Mark 3 into there. Mark 3 into there. And that is now feeding my deuterium and my sulfur. And we're going to keep this right here like that, just in case I need to add more. All right. Next thing I want to bring over is some water. My total amount of water that I need. And let me actually just, once again, update this. So that is the deuterium. Whoop. That's the deuterium now being dragged this way. That is my sulfur now being dragged this way. Next is my water. Now I only need 32 water for the fuel rods, but I am going to need a bunch of water for the nuclear plants that are going to be. And let me just go double check, because it escapes my mind at the moment how much water they need. A lot. Like a lot. Hey, buddy. Oh, you gave me a little growl. How cute. Where is my uranium anyway? What am I doing on power? Yeah, it is interesting. Where are you? Okay, you're aluminum casings, you're rubber, okay. That's nitrogen gas. That's all for the plutonium. And there is my uranium. So the uranium is going to just move that away and connect up. Perfect. What was I doing? I was looking to get to... Oh my god, just go through the damn floor. I need to see, because I don't remember, how much water do you guys need? 3. So I need 1 water pipe. Oh, what's going on? Oh. Well. Whoops. Game just crashed. Uh-oh. What is going on here? Generic login failure. Re-authenticating. Okay, something has gone horribly wrong. Epic, what are you doing? And I am on the Epic branch, not the Steam branch. Let me see what's going on with Epic here. If anything. You've logged me in, correct? Time double trying to authenticate the online service. Please check the internet connection. You know, bite me. Okay. Let's get out of here. Let's go and fire up. Why are you cloud syncing? What freaking update is there? What's going on here, people? Like, seriously, you picked a really shitty time. Okay, can we launch now? It's like they did a massive update on me right in the middle of my freaking stream. You bastards. Okay, I think we're back. The joys of live. Okay, we're back online. I don't know how much I lost. It had just done a save. I don't know if it's within my... Well, let's see how far back we are before we so rudely interrupted. All right. Can we... Where are we? Okay, so that is flowing, that is flowing. Okay, so we hadn't actually done anything. We are still figuring out our water. Okay, so basically what I need is 240 plus 240 plus 32 is... I have no idea. I'm not doing the damn math. 240 plus 240 plus 32 is 512. Each of my pipes only carries 600. So I'm going to need to take 2 pipes over to the other side. So let's go over here to where our pipes are flowing in. These guys are tapped out. It's now just a decorative water tower. I mean, it is a functioning water tower, but it ain't doing much. Okay, so each of these should be carrying 600. We need to... Okay, so 2 are in use. That leaves me 2 right here to use for my own usage. And let's change up here a little bit. Because what I'm going to do, we'll straight do it. No, what if I go this way? Yeah, there we go. That's nice and clean. All right, so we're going to run straight. So we're going to change it from these two to these two. Because I think what I'm going to need to do is pop out through the backside here. Yeah, because there's the copper. And I need you to be relatively over there. Yeah, so we're going to come out through a little sidewall action. Where the hell was I? I don't know. Where was it? Where was it coming through? Oh, here we go. So we're coming out through here. I'm going to go through this little retaining wall-ish thing, which means I'm going to need to... Where do I want to run those 2 pipes? So if I put that there and put that there, I can come in now with my wall holes. Go right there. Right there. There and there. Okay. They're not side by side here, but that's fine. Bit of a tight squeezy in here. But that is okay. We're gonna grab our wall hole. We're gonna put one there. One there. Because then you can go straight to there. Yes. You can go to there. We'll use the... Nope. And nope. And nope. And nope. And nope. And yep. There. And then we come up there. Okay. Now we... Oops. So I want to keep sampling the pipe because it is giving me the correct coloring. So we'll go to there. I should be able to switch to straight again. Yep. You can come out to there. There. Remove it. And then what if I go the other way? There we go. That's pretty... Oh, no, it's not. Not in any way, shape, or form is that going to work. Okay, back up a little bit here, boys. There we go. Might as well go down to the proper height, too. Ay, ay, ay. It's got to be just right. Don't you know? Okay, then we go horizontal to vertical. Nope, that's the wrong way again. Horizontal to vertical. There we go. Okay. Of course, now that I've got them out here, I'm going to need to split them again and do stuff with them. Now we do have to traverse across. What is the best place to traverse across? Without it looking like it's really out of place. And I could go through the foundation over here. So if I take these guys out... No, there's cliff face right there. Not good. So not there. But I should be able to punch across right here. Now the question is how am I going to get over to heating the water without it interfering with what I already have? So I got belt there, belt there, belt there. I could actually... No, I don't want to do that. Huh. How do I want to deliver my water? Do I pop across here? I don't know. Decisions. I suppose I should hook these belts up before I do anything else. And again, deuterium and sulfur. The water is going in right here. I don't want to, yeah, Okay, so let's try this. Let's just put a pipe in there. Let's actually make sure we're putting the pipe in the right place. Let's run inside here. Now, I only need... No... Yeah, water's always kind of... The liquids are a bit of almost a pain. Mostly because it is only 600 per minute that we can sample, right? Okay, so we're going to go there. We'll just use the regular color here. This noodle works. Let's get around to the other side. And likewise, we'll put through the floor right here. What would happen? Will you actually work? Nope, that's good. Okay, perfect. All right, so that's where they're coming up through there. Can I get through here? So you need to come over by a little bit, right there. Likewise over here. Lined up, lined up, lined up. Nope, because I want to use the blue pipe and I don't feel like playing with the customizer, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so you are going to be coming through here and down there. What is the best way for me to do this? Keeping in mind that each of these pipes is going to be going back that way for the nuclear power plants, along with the fuel rods. I stroked out there for a moment, sorry. So there's a causeway right over there. Now, how do I want to bring the pipes over? Looking janky as F. Actually, you know what? I kind of have a similar, I didn't mean to plan it that way, but it kind of has a similar look between these two. And if I come in right through here, I could pop right through there. Well, that's my target, right? Yes. It's right there. I mean, I'm freaking this close. We're working just smoothly. I put you and that way. Again, my pipes are right there. Get rid of these wall sections here. Need to clean these guys out as well, because I do need to connect them. Here we go. Now I can put them back. Just use the straight function, which absolutely bites, so we'll go back to default, or auto. Oh my god, what is... Can we just get a normal... Thank you. Move you back. Guess I'm gonna cheese it a little bit here. Here we go. Okay. I'm gonna move you that way and move you out to there. And then we have to move you a couple that way. Because then I should... Hopefully this stupid straight function actually works. Like that. Not really. Okay, that's fine. We have lots of nudging that we can do here. Control all of this. Need to come down by half. Let's say we go to there. And then we go to auto. And we'll see what gives us a nice clean. There we go. All right. That is not lined up correctly, but it is on the right path. Perry the platypus. Wow. Wow. Ugly. It's all ugly. It's fine. It's not going to get much better. I'm letting the perfection become the enemy of the good enough. I just need to get the damn water moving. Okay. Close enough. Ignore the rest. All right. So, what was I doing? I was going to go through here. That means I need a wall hole, here and here. One of these things is not like the other. The song is, yeah, it's nothing to do with anything right here, it just popped in my head. And then there. Like that. And then I can go. And why will you not work? Who the hell knows? I'm not sure what kind of spline nonsense they are doing here. Okay. I just want this to come out by 2 and go up by 1. Like that. And then I can take this pipe and go to there. No, I can't. No, I can't. Yes, you can. No, I can't. Yes, you can. Because I'm going to go like that. Because now I should have a nice clean. Boop. You'll notice I'm not worrying about any pumps, and that's because I pumped it in the water source is higher than where I currently am. So if we look into the distance there to where the pipes are coming up, that height there is higher than our actual deck. And as long as we're staying below that total height there, we're fine. That's the same reason why with the water towers, I just need to pump the water up into the water tanks and then let kind of gravity do the rest for me. So that is kind of a thing of how water and fluids do move around in this silly little game. Okay, there we go. All right, so now I've got my water going all the way down to here. That's fine. Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's good. So one of these is going to jump all the way across. Going to need to move these guys out of the way for a quick half second. So you are going to go there. You are there. And oops. Into there. Into there. We can get rid of these two wall pieces now. They just needed to be there for me to have something to anchor the poles to. And now I do need a way of guiding these fellas across to where they need to be. Not going to use these. Instead, I'm going to grab a roof segment. I want soup, but I want the 1x. And I'm going to lift you up by 1. Am I? No, I'm not. I'm going to drop you down by 1. There we go. Yeah, okay, that's just gonna work. That's gonna work. Because then I can grab these windows again. Put one up there just to hold, and then we can scooch across. Grab one of these. And now we can blast across again. I don't have any of the fancy notebooks. We'll just hammer the crap out of the trees with that. There we go. And then we need you. Drop down by 1 so you can go across. Grab a little bit of wall piecing. Oh, no, wait, that's good. Okay, no, that's not going to work. Poopies. That's fine, I'll go back to my original plan, which was just... these guys. Oh, no, I can put it in a proper... Yeah, right, of course I can. One of them. All right. Now I have a way for my water. Hey, look, there's a limestone right there. There's a limestone right there. I could have just used that, couldn't I have? But that wouldn't have been as much fun. Okay. Let's see. We want some sort of supporting underneath here. We'll go right there. Right there. Right there. Here's me pillar. Let's go into a nice big ass pillar. Actually, I'm going to use the big frame. There we go. And now it's not going to look like it's falling down. Okay. Can we clean this up at all? Yes, we can. We can just do that. Do the same thing on the window side here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Zip you across. Like that. And then we can just grab one of you and keep you clean. Sure, we'll do that. Means these guys are all in the wrong place, so... Ugh. So inaccurate. Okay. Okay. Where do you actually want to sit? You want to sit there. Okay. Stop sampling the damn... Nope. There we go. Okay. I think. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Are we agreeing finally? There. Okay. All right. So now I have a way for the water to come across. We'll come out a few more. And without anybody interfering with anyone else, just like you two are about to do. How do I want to escape this side? To solve one problem, immediately run into another. But honestly, that's one of the things I love about the game. It's the constant problem solving. And honestly, my playstyle kind of sets me up for it, so there is that. Okay, the reason I think I'm going to do this way, because now I'm going to go to the 4 meter. And we'll grab a little 1 meter sectional wall. There we go. Like that. Okay, yeah. Let's leave the trees. Okay, so... And yes, I'm very aware that this is absolutely not future-proofing me in any way, shape, or form. I'm just hoping these 4 power plants I'm trying to put in, if not 6, because I do have more summer sloops. I could even put in 8. Oh, that's an awful lot of nuclear waste, and that brings in the plutonium. Right now, I think I got enough slap in the plutonium. All right, one thing at a time. Don't think about the future. Think about now. Focus on now. And... get your damn pipes flowing. Those. And then I need one of those. Okay. Blue pipe. Oh, you are at a little more awkward height, aren't you? Yeah, okay, there we go. See, what I should do is get these guys on a standardized height again. That will mold better into the rest of the system. So we're going to do this. Just like that, and now we can run these guys all the way down to the end. as a uranium train flies past me. How do I know? Because I got irradiated. All right. Yeah, horizontal to vertical, perfect. This guy's got to come all the way down to here, or he plugs in there. Nope, you can't do that. You're not allowed to. You have to go up like that. Okay. Not exactly, you know, super exciting, but you know what it is? It is functional. Okay, and now we just need the pipe to go up to into here. All right, where do you need to line up? You need to come back this way. That. You need to move this way. Like that. And then now you can go into there. All right, you, my little you let's have you face this way and move you where you're not gonna break the system. You're gonna come over by one. No, you're not quite going into place. There we go. We're gonna go there, and then I'm gonna come past here, and I want to make sure you're gonna miss. Yep. Likewise, you need to go that way, and then we just need to plug in. I'll have to do a little stop right there, and in you go. Hi, buddy. You know what? I'm gonna leave you. You know what? You're fine. Okay, water. That's got all the water in. Excellent. So, I think the last thing I need to bring in, and if I have again a look at my modeler here, and there we go, so you guys can see it. All right, so that now is accounting for the water. So the last thing I need to do now is bring in the uranium. Yeah, cool. All right. Let's move that. Let's move this. And let's get our uranium flowing. Now I realize, of course, that, I just realized that I'm going to have to do a little bit differently here. Mostly because the water still has to go, most of the water is heading for that direction. I'm only taking a little bit out of it right now. But that's should be easy enough to retrofit. Maybe? Yeah, I'm not going to worry about it right now. Right now, I just want to get the fuel rods moving. Okay, so where do the fuel rods need to be? You're not getting your water because why? Because you're not hooked up to this floor yet. Okay. We need our pipe to go up to there. And from here up to there. And actually, this is probably where I can split the water off to head in its various directions anyway, so that's okay. Okay. Got stuck. Didn't hit the slide soon enough. And I missed the stairs. That's a thing. Alright. You are now refining your sulfuric acid. Excellent. That is a shenanigan sign. That should not be a shenanigan sign. What it should be is that and that. Alright, where is the uranium supposed to go in? I believe that was squeezy through right here. How do I want to bring my uranium over? I think I'm going to do the uranium all the way through. Kind of like how I did these guys. We can actually take this lift from here and pump it down to there. Pump up the jam, pump it up. Pumping, pumping. Some 80s song with the pumping, pumping, pumping. Dance to that song more times than I can shake a stick at during the 90s while I was courting my wife or my future bride. There we go. So the uranium can flow up to that way on that one. I'm keeping in mind, or I am keeping in mind. Hello? Where am I? There we are. Keeping in mind what? I don't know. Completely lost out of my mind. What am I keeping in mind? Oh, that the uranium is still going to have to continue on down the line if I have to put in more. There we go. And let's replace you. Just because the 6 looks prettier. Like that. Okay. Let's take some stairs downward. So where did those lifts set up? So there's one you lift there. And one right there. Okay. So that means I can't necessarily just go into the bottom here. But this actually kind of works because I put a splitter right here, right there. I can grab my lift and connect you up right there. Likewise, I can go all the way down here. You get in the right direction and oop. Actually, I'm going to use a Mark V for this. Look at you not reaching. Aren't you sweet? And into there. Why does this look like it's wandering all over the damn place? Oof. Big oof. Let's try that again. I know my splitter should be lined up because it is. Okay, yeah, I just was completely out to lunch, off by one. Okay, what am I doing wrong here? Why are you guys not the same? I mean, you should be identical. In every way, shape, or form, which you are. That's right in the corner. Am I off by one? How is that possible? The buildings are identical to each other. No, that's right. This is something bizarre here, or my brain is just... Okay, no, that all lines up now. Apparently I was just having an episode. Okay, where's my uranium down below? Who got the uranium? You got the uranium. The uranium. You're going down here. You go there, and then I go upstairs. Is that really the only direction it's going? There's got to be more to it than that. Yeah, there is, because I've got a totally different connection right there. Okay, okay. I'm not doing a bad Joe Pesci imitation. I'm not. How do I want to bring the uranium up to the top here? I can either... It's over just right there. Happily coming up. Not super easy task. Now the problem that I have, if I was going to remove one of these, is that I end up with uranium in my pocket, and that's really hard to get out of your pocket once it's in there, and it will fry your ass. So whatever I'm doing, or whatever I do, I kind of want to make sure that it's like a one and done kind of situation, right? If I can run a splitter here, what are you doing? That's going to here, so that's where my limestone is going upstairs, so that's fine. And then my uranium is right down here. I'm very confused. I am very much in the wrong. Nope. This is where my uranium needs to get to. So it needs to come in through here. I'm gonna come up through here. Like that. And just to make my life easier, we'll center you there. Okay. And then you're gonna go into there. Yep, okay. We'll make a nice long belt. No, you're supposed to be centered. Yeah, so let's stay centered, thank you. Right to there. Now, from there, keep her on straight. Straight. We're gonna go to there. Which means I can now come to here. grab my splitter, get a snap, and downgrade some belts. Before I connect it. All right, and let the uranium flow. And there we go. We can see it's shifting off. Here it comes. So this area is now going to be glow in the darkish. There we go. Okay. And let's go make sure we're getting our uranium fuel rods. Which would be right here. Where are my encased industrial beams? Where are my encased industrial cells? Okay, so what is breaking here? You're fine. Who's not working? You're making the AI limiters. You're doing your thing. Okay, so you're going to be... Oh, where's my sulfuric acid at? Where is my sulfuric acid? You've got lots in you. Why are you not flowing? Oh. Uh-oh. I think I found a problem in the blueprint. There is no pumping. I need to pump the acid up higher. Okay. Well, that's easy enough to do. I just need to go right here. Right there. All right, there we go. Come on, work. Get moving. Let's just temporarily crank you up to 600. And then dial you back down to 24. Okay, that's working. What else was working? You're doing your thing. You are doing your thing. You are doing your thing. Okay. Of course, I'm gonna have to go to the other side. What about you? What aren't you doing? You're not doing your steel pipe. Where is your pipe? Right here. Why are you not moving there? What is your deal, mister? I used a smart splitter for some reason. That was stupid. There we go. Okay. Let's go fix the blueprint while I'm thinking about it. Okay, so the first thing is we need to make sure we have a pump right in here. And if we're doing this on the blueprint, instead of doing just a temporary fix with the power, you know what? No, that's fine. We'll just do it this way. Then we'll grab our lift or pump. What on earth is that? Sorry, I just had some weird screen pop up on my one of my other windows here. And I have no idea what it is. What are you? That was weird. Where are you coming from? I have no idea. Okay, just something weird popping up on my other screen saying, find your friends. In what software? Thank you. Okay, that's fine. We got that. And then we had the other problem would be downstairs where I need to reconnect. Oh, set up the smart splitter. Not a smart splitter. That's what the problem is. I'm going to change it over to just a regular splitter. Because it's cheaper. I don't care. You know what? Screw it. Just set it to overflow and be done with it. All right. So that was those two problems now taken care of. Let's go fix it actually in the other building. All right, you're doing your thing. Nope. Yeah, that's correct. You need to fix it in which. All right, which one of you is still broken? You is. So we set you to overflow. There we go. And then we got to go upstairs to fix our sulfuric acid pumping. Pump up the jam, pump it up. And grab a pump. Make sure you're flowing upward. Yep. Find the power connection right there. And power and power. Let's wait for the water sulfuric acid to get up here. And just because I just want to hurry things along, we'll boost, flood the system, wait for it to drop down, and then dial it back down again. All right, you're doing your thing. Okay, let's see if we're getting our fuel rods now. Where are you going into here? You're going into encased beans. Yep. Those encased beans. Going in here. Which means you should be going into there. I need 1.2 per minute. How many am I making? 1.5 per minute, so that's fine. You've got all the stuff that you need in there. Encased uranium cells, I need 20. And I will be making 20. They are in fact draining out. I'm going to set you to 21 just cause. No, that's going to completely not only mess that up. 20. I mean, I could make an adjustment. You know what? Nope, leave it be. All right, let the nuclear fuel rods flow. I mean, I'm right on that window there, but it is what it is. How we doing here? And you have made me a fuel rod. Perfect. Okay, you guys can just build up and back up until I can get the power plants in, which I think I'm going to do right here. But I'm going to do that off camera, just because, again, it's just now a little bit of just dropping 4 of these guys in. I got a lovely little spot right there. Whoops, I'm falling off. There we go. I've got a nice little spot there, I think, for 4 of these guys, which is what these 2 will easily feed. I might even be able to get a little bit more in there, but like I say, I'm going to do that off camera just because, again, we have to get into plutonium. Next week, we are going to try and get the next item going into our space elevator, I think. Hopefully this gives me enough power. If not, I'll get it all hooked up, see how much power I have. Everything's kind of in place now that it should be relatively easy for me to upgrade, or at least add more, because again, we can add another 2 there and extend our power that way, or whichever direction it is. But like I said, that is going to be, I'll do that on my kind of off camera. Everyone, thank you again for watching. Really do appreciate it. We're up to 770 subscribers, so we need another 230 to hit the first 1,000. Really appreciate you guys being here and supporting the channel. If you like the video, go ahead and hit the like. If you want to make a comment or leave a comment, please tell me, ask me a question, let me know something. Just, try to be respectful and not a snarky. Otherwise, I will snark back. Have no fear on that. If you're not subscribed and you just happen to come across here, I mean, if you've watched to this point and you're not subscribed, maybe think about subscribing. Something about it that you liked, that kept you here for the last little while, so maybe appreciate it. Help the channel, help us hit that 1,000 goal that we're looking for. If you want to help support the channel, becoming a channel member, like channel member Lee Barron, you can hit the join button or the link in the description below. But that is what it's going to do for me today. Thank you everyone for watching. I appreciate it so very much. Until next time, be safe out there, be good out there. Most importantly, have yourself a great day. Until next time, bye-bye.